The PS4 isn't dead yet. Its days may be numbered, but the amount of great games coming out soon is proof that this 7-year-old system is still alive and kicking. What's-A-Play presents 25 of the most anticipated PS4 titles coming out for the year 2020 and 2021, all arranged by release dates. For more upcoming games, visit our website at whattoplay.com, link in the description box below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. NBA 2K21. It's no surprise we see another NBA game this year. 2K's annual basketball celebration adds another number and some new gimmicks that would satisfy hardcore fans of the series. This also serves as the series' entry point to the next generation era, and will come out on the Series X and PS5 soon. It's pretty much the same game with a few graphical updates, but hey, if it ain't broke, coming this 4th of September.
You should know, I'm not in the best of moods!
Marvel's Avengers. Earth's mightiest heroes are no longer constrained to their comic books and cinematic universes. This brand new story from the superhero ensemble finally takes the video game format. Crystal Dynamics presents a whole new flavor to the superpowered experience with fast-paced third-person combat where you can customize each of the Avengers' armor and abilities. Not only that, players can switch between characters on the fly to efficiently beat MODOK and his army of robots. Coming this 4th of September. Mafia Definitive Edition. Get back to the mob in this full-fledged remake of the first chapter of the acclaimed Mafia series. Return to the recreated 1930s cityscape, and rise through the ranks of the Mafia during the Prohibition era of organized crime. This Definitive Edition is rebuilt from the ground up with an expanded story, gameplay, and original score.
Hey, it'll be okay, Sam. We've survived worse.
It's still the Mafia game you remembered, and much more. It's coming out this 25th of September. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Everyone's favorite Bandicoot crashes time and space in this latest adventure to the famed platforming series from Activision. For the first time in the series, players can control both Crash and Coco as they go on a time-bending adventure to defeat Dr. Cortex. In a surprising turn of events, players can control the mad scientist in a few missions as well.
The Bandicoots are en route. I must reach the spot.
It comes out this October 2nd.
The second Death Star is gone, but the Imperial fleet is still a threat. Vanguard Squadron, let's make history.
Star Wars Squadrons. Disney's space opera isn't going out of video game content anytime soon. Master the Galaxy's best Imperial and New Republic starfighters. The latest from Electronic Arts' Star Wars license puts you inside the cockpit as you blaze into the galaxies far, far away in 5 vs 5 action.
We've got an advantage. Let's keep it that way.
It's the series' first ever space combat game, which features a ton of customization for your pilot and your winged machine. Coming this October 2nd. FIFA 21. Speaking of EA, another one of their regular titles makes its annual return. Branded as the smartest FIFA game to date, players can create more scoring opportunities with its enhanced gameplay. Like its previous entries, a major upgrade in its My Career mode is implemented as well. It gives players more freedom to create additional depth in matches, transfers, and training as they lead their team to the top. Coming this 9th of October. Dirt 5. Codemasters' proficiency with their racing titles goes even further in the latest Dirt title. 5 aims to offer a more relaxed, arcade racing environment compared to their previous sim racers. With career modes that feature Nolan North and Troy Baker, and a 4-player split-screen mode, we're certain it's gonna be one hell of a cross-gen racer as it comes out this 9th of October for the PlayStation 4 and PS5.
Our London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Watch Dogs Legion. Ubisoft's futuristic techno playground goes full political in Legion. Rally your band of activists and take the semi-dystopian London from corrupt bureaucrats. What makes this latest Watch Dogs entry interesting is the lack of a main character. Anyone who wishes to take part in the rising revolution is welcome, and it's up to you to recruit them.
Your somewhat reckless teammate has got themselves thrown in the old clink, I'm afraid. Difficult to resist oppression behind bars. It'll be a while before they're available. Pro tip, however, why not recruit a barrister to the team? I mean, no one exactly likes a barrister, but they do have their function. They should be able to shorten the jail time of imprisoned operatives.
It's full of technological innovations, and it promises variety in terms of its gameplay and hacking. It's coming this October 29. The Dark Pictures' Little Hope. Supermassive Games' horror anthology gets another harrowing chapter. It's their second entry to their interactive drama survival horror type of gameplay. In Little Hope, a new story awaits with a bunch of new faces that will ultimately meet their demise if players make the wrong choices. There are still multiple endings and varied story details, all depending on player choice. Coming this 30th of October.
Glory awaits you, Eivor. But it will cost you everything.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Pillage the lands of 9th century England in this ambitious new entry to the Assassin's Creed series. Lead a band of loyal Viking raiders and expand Nordic influence all around Saxon territories. It's still an open world game with a few copy and pasted mechanics, but the ability to dual wield weapons and explore the lush and untamed lands of 873 England might justify everything. Coming this 17th of November.
Born here, live here, die here.
Cyberpunk 2077, the most awaited RPG of this year. The recent Night City Wire presentation from CD Projekt Red gave us a glimpse of the many things players could do in its sprawling cyberpunk society.
Sovi, are you willing?
Yeah, I'm in.
Role-playing to the far future with Keanu Reeves as an imaginary buddy. It's coming out this November 19th, the same week as Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Mortal Shell. The future of Souls-like games looks promising with this fresh new take on the genre. Mortal Shell puts players in a bleak world shattered by sin. Play as a lone warrior clad in iron, and explore the desolate lands. Like any Souls-like game, difficulty is equal to challenge. Master enemy movements, and utilize every tool to dominate the many encounters. It comes out sometime this third quarter of 2020. Outriders. A rare Square Enix third-person shooter, Outriders is a 1-to-3 player, drop-in, drop-out co-op shooter set in an original dark and desperate sci-fi universe. It offers a wealth of experience for the shooter genre, and it borrows numerous features from popular titles like The Division and Warframe. We can't wait to find out more about this title when it comes out sometime this fourth quarter of 2020. Crysis Remastered. Crytek's controversial remasters upset most of its fanbase due to its supposed graphical downgrade. The latest gameplay presentation showcased the many things this remaster has in store for players, but it was completely buried in its baffling visuals. For a Crytek game which spawned the "Can it run" joke, the disappointment was obvious. Fortunately, the game is delayed indefinitely, and the developers are planning to make this remaster worth every penny. Far Cry 6. Ubisoft's first-person action-adventure shooter takes players into a fictional island nation ruled by none other than Breaking Bad's Giancarlo Esposito. Overthrow his despotic influence over his constituents, and make difficult choices along the way. Harness the power of guerrilla warfare, and lead an army of freedom fighters determined to see their island's paradise once again. Coming this February 18, 2021. Worms Rumble. These warmongering invertebrates are ready to roll out once again, but this time, the rules have changed. No longer locked in turn-based worm-to-worm combat, Rumble takes the action in real time. Play with up to 32 limbless soldiers in intense death matches, or take part in its very own Battle Royale mode, Last Worm Standing. The classic Worms humor is still around, and Team 17 has a few surprising Easter eggs for the fans of the series, coming sometime this 2020. Disco Elysium. One of 2019's best role-playing games, Disco Elysium puts most RPGs to shame with its groundbreaking dialogue system. Recollect the forgotten memories of the game's protagonist and outsmart its internal thoughts. Packed with a groundbreaking story with multiple outcomes, players are encouraged to experiment and internalize the game's myriad of choices. It comes out sometime this 2020 for the PlayStation 4. Yakuza Like a Dragon. A whole new Yakuza story is forged in the 8th mainline entry. For the first time in the series, the game no longer centers around Kazuma Kiryu as the main character. Combat is also getting a massive tweak as well. Like a Dragon moves on from the beat-em-up style of its classics, with a more traditional turn-based style gameplay. It's still the JRPG everyone loves, along with its quirky and absurd moments. Coming sometime this 2020. Hitman 3. The final chapter of the world-renowned assassin, Hitman 3 takes players into Agent 47's most intimate and professional contract, taking him to even bigger cities with danger lurking in every corner. We'll also get to see import locations from the previous games to a total of over 20 locations. This thrilling end will hopefully be in sight this January 1, 2021. Serious Sam 4. This intergalactic first-person shooter gets another absurd chapter. This explosive episode of Sam, Sirius Stone, takes him to even more dangerous locations teeming with extraterrestrial monstrosities. Lucky for him, 4 gets a slew of numerous gameplay improvements that make its moment-to-moment action satisfying. Players can equip Sam with an arsenal of new weapons with insane firepower. It comes out sometime this 2021. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster. Reject a god once again in this beloved cult classic from Atlus. It's the original Persona game. 17 years following its original release, the apocalyptic legend returns in full high definition. Nocturne doesn't dally around the protagonist's JRPG journey with cute anime girls and high school drama. Instead, it heads straight into its turn-based action, where players control various demons, taking the form of mythological icons. It's coming sometime this 2021, but unfortunately, it doesn't include Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Scarlet Nexus. Bandai Namco's latest IP joins the long list of titles coming to the PlayStation 4. This psionic-powered title takes players into a futuristic city overrun by otherworldly threats. Its fast-paced hack-and-slash action makes maneuvering in its world satisfying. Manipulating the environment to take down these hostile creatures is the best thing about this new game. Unfortunately, no release date has been set for Scarlet Nexus. Elden Ring. Everything about this game is still a mystery, but the hype train doesn't stop for the hardcore Souls fans. From Software's next chapter in its revolutionary action adventures takes players into a medieval world powered by enigmatic rings. Aided by none other than Game of Thrones' George R.R. Martin, together with Hidetaka Miyazaki, they aim to create a universe packed with complex lore and a gripping story. No release date yet. Nier Replicant. Automata's success drove Yoko Taro and his team of passionate developers to recreate the origins of its complicated science fiction world. This 2010 classic gets the polish it deserves with visuals remade from the ground up. Explore the desolate future and take down enemies using a variety of hack-and-slash combat. It's still the same weird story anyone's familiar with, but none could rival in its ambiguity. Nier Replicant is yet to receive a release date. Hyperscape. There's no doubt Ubisoft would jump into the Battle Royale bandwagon. It's another one of those futuristic shooters that swarm the video game market. What makes Hyperscape different is in its shifting urban playgrounds. The arena is a character in itself, and it poses great challenge and opportunities to the many players that are pitted against each other. It's slick, stylish, and most of all, it's free to play. Hyperscape is already available as an early access game for the PC, but the PS4 version has no release date yet.